You are listening to 88.3 FM WXOU. I am here with Tim and Katy, the stars of Little Shop of Horrors at the Meadowbrook Theatre. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jayme.
Hi. Thank you so much for being part of the WXOU world. We've never really done something like this before.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So, what was your guys' sort of intro to Little Shop of Horrors?
Thanks, Tim. For me, it was the movie. I remember seeing the movie when I was a kid with Rick Moranis and Alan Green, and just thinking, what is this all about? I love the music, and I think everybody's drawn to the big green plant that chomps people, you know? Nothing better than that when you're a child, a giant plant puppet, and being both amazed and terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
And my first exposure actually was here at Meadowbrook. I was in 11th grade in high school in 2001. And the guy who built our sets, his name is Mr. Rick. I'm sure, well, that's what we called him. I'm sure he had a last name, but we called him Mr. Rick. He was the puppeteer for the plant for Audrey 2 in Meadowbrook's production then. And then we went to a student matinee, and they said, I didn't know what the show was. He said, it's a musical about a man-eating plant. And I said, I have so many questions, but okay. And we saw it, 11 a.m. student matinee, and it was magical and changed my life. And I thought, this is crazy. This show is incredible. I took my mom to see a night performance. So I saw it twice during that run, and I've always wanted to do it. I've never gotten the chance to do it. And so now to come back and do it in the same theater feels very full circle, very cool.
Yeah, you guys, you took the word right out of my mouth, like full circle moment. Were Audrey and Seymour characters you sort of kind of saw yourself playing, like as you began your careers as actors?
Yeah, I feel like for Seymour, I think it's kind of like a stock, I think he's a stock nerdy character. I've always identified as that, for better or worse. In college, I went to school for musical theater in New York City, and in college, we actually sang a song from this as my kind of final thing. So I feel like this has always been in my wheelhouse, in my world. So yeah, I don't think I feel like I've not strayed too far from the path of things that I normally do as an actor. What about you?
I feel like yes. I think this is a character that I eventually saw myself playing. At first I didn't, but there are definitely shades of myself in Audrey. And sometimes I go home and I'm like, it feels like me. Like this, these are some things that I would do in my everyday life. She's a big open heart and is an optimist, and I really enjoy that about her.
Yeah. Are you guys looking forward to having that big Venus flytrap on stage with you every night?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cool. We just got a sneak peek of it. They just were delivered, and they're unbelievable. I think it's we have our work cut out for us, to be as good as the inanimate objects that are the puppeteer plants. And Tyler, who is the puppeteer, already just started working with them. It's fun, it's incredible, they're beautiful, which feels like a weird adjective to ascribe to a man-eating plant, but they're really impressive, and I think it's going to be a really special, very cool part of the show.
Oh yeah, they're so cool. Like no matter what production, like I always love seeing what the Venus flytrap is going to look like.
Yeah,
right.
Because like it looks so different in so many different productions, and like I can't wait to see what your guys's looks like and seeing it in action. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and to go from like small to large is it's fun to watch the progression as it starts this little thing, and then by the end it's taking up the entire stage. It's going to be incredible.
Oh yeah. So Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, the geniuses who wrote the score of Little Shop of Horrors, were you guys have you guys ever worked with their material before, or are you guys new to working with their material? And because they're geniuses, let's just put it out there.
I have worked with their material. I also I've played over the course of my career. I do princess parties, so I have played Imagine Red Wig. I've done Ariel. I've done Belle. So yes, I worked with the Alan Menken songbook, and it's just amazing though to hear this score, because there are so many what's the word I'm looking for?
Quintessential or classic?
Yes, thank you. That's a great thing, but just themes that come in, and I'm like, oh, this is Beauty and the Beast. Oh, somewhere that's green, the end of it where she's reaching for something, it's the Little Mermaid. So I consider Audrey to be the first Disney princess.
I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's
She is. She's a
you
little
know,
grittier.
yeah, exactly.
But you know,
Yeah, it was really the start of it, I guess, for them, and then
Mhm.
writing all the Disney stuff.
modern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of Disney stuff, and I haven't ever done any Disney stuff in my career.
Really?
So this is the first time, and it feels like classic musical theater, which I feel like I do a lot of, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I feel like now I do a lot more contemporary stuff. And so this is my first like full 8 shows a week introduction to it. And I couldn't be happier. It's so fun to sing, but I never have.
Really?
No one ever hired Disney hired me.
Yeah. Are you looking forward, Katie, to singing Suddenly Seymour?
I am. It's an amazing piece, and just to have to just feel empowered. It's an empowerment song, and just knowing that someone believes in you, because here's someone that's been downtrodden. What I love about Audrey is she's hope. She still hopes for good things, and all of a sudden someone gives her hope, and she literally, just like the plant, she blooms, she blossoms. So it's a beautiful piece.
Oh yeah, it's such an iconic musical theater song.
Yeah, it feels like even people who don't know musicals somehow know Suddenly Seymour.
Yeah.
Or they've
Yeah,
sung it at karaoke or something.
yeah, like I feel like the main two songs that are the most popular from that show are Suddenly Seymour and like the actual Little Shop of Horrors song.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's spot on.
Yeah, absolutely. So my big question for you is, why should our students at Oakland University come and see you guys?
I mean, I think the easiest, kind of most accessible part about it is that it's fun. I feel like it's a show for people who don't necessarily find themselves as like a Broadway musical theater human. So I think it's accessible to people who aren't diehard theater goers. And then for people who are diehard theater goers and love theater, I think it's a show that everyone, I feel like, knows and loves, has seen before. Maybe you've seen the movie. And so this is an interesting, fresh, new, young take on it. And so I feel like it's accessible really to any audience, any age. And hopefully we live up to any of that.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, puppets. I mean, there are puppets, which is really cool to see in a show. You don't always get to see puppets in a show. And also come see us, because it's not a long show. If you're just getting your feet wet with musical theater, this is not a long one. So it really is fast, furious fun. And there's everything. There's love, there's action, people get eaten,
There's
you know.
blood.
There's blood.
Yeah. What could you want for
Halloween.
Halloween? Blood.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. And what have you enjoyed most about being on our campus?
You know, I think I live in New York City, and so there's always a frenetic vibe. So here there's a microcosm of that, but everyone's so young and youthful and like in the prime of their life and studies, which is a very different energy that I'm used to walking into work to. And so it's nice. It's nice to see. I mean, you have a beautiful campus, the rolling hills of Auburn Hills, and to see so many young people around. I sound ancient. I've never sounded older in this moment, but I'm not that old. But to be surrounded by so many people who are kind of feel like are in the prime of their studies and life is a wonderful energy to experience around you.
Yeah.
Time of year, they're starting to change, so it's beautiful to be here at OU and in the fall.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, it's probably polar opposite from what you're used to, because you're used to like city and like honking horns and people everywhere, and now you're just like, there's like,
yeah, you have
open
grass.
space.
It turns out you guys have grass here. It's crazy.
Yeah. And hammocks. The hammocks are so comfortable.
Yes, and hammocks, grass and hammocks. I was like, is that a hammock? This place is incredible. I haven't partook. I haven't experienced a hammock yet.
There's hammocks in the back, like behind the theater, in the back towards like the lake. There are some hammocks, and they're so relaxing, and students love them. And I highly suggest, whenever you're on a break, just sit back and relax on the hammocks, because they're one of my favorite places. They're one of my go-tos on campus.
Okay. Instant stress relief.
Oh, 100%. But when it's windy and it just, yeah.
Doing it lunch now.
I know. I was like, see, now it's gonna be a fight for the nearest hammock.
Yeah, it's Friday, so I don't know how crazy the hammock craze is going to be, because Fridays is normally a really chill day on campus, so you might get lucky.
Okay, great.
So Once again, I've been speaking with Tim and Katy, the stars of Little Shop of Horrors at the Meadowbrook Theatre starting October 5th. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us, Jayme.
you.
Thank you.